This video is all about the FFAR1 inside Rebirth Island. I do think the FFAR is very viable inside Warzone at the moment, but is especially viable inside Rebirth. If you enjoy gameplay videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as we are trying to reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers over here. Now, getting straight into things, this guy was just floating about in the sky, decided to dive straight at me, and I shot him pretty easily because close to mid-range is what the FFAR is good at. Then I managed to fry this guy in the window, which I didn't think I was going to knock him this quickly, but the FFAR1 does fry, and I do believe that guy only had like maybe 1 or 2 armor plates, and that's why I was able to down him really quick. But you do get really good movement with this FFAR build. I will show you the build at the end of this video, but I was just looking around trying to find this guy because I could hear the footsteps. So I spot him in this window and I managed to slide past the cover and fry him. And I am running tracker for this because I do think tracker is very useful inside Rebirth Island. And throwing knives just allow you to finish players off really quickly. Then I heard this guy come through the window and I had to switch to my MAC-10 because I used up all my ammo in my FFAR. And then I used my MAC-10 to try and kill this guy as well, but he actually managed to get a stun on me, which was so annoying because that would have been such a good clip. But this guy meleeed me to death instead. He had a Pellington sniper. So he decided to stun me and then melee me, which was a bit annoying. So I've just landed back in the exact same spot where I died, so I wanted to get some guns back, even if it was just the floor loot guns, and heard this guy outside the window, easily fried him with a ppsh. Now I'm taking shots from somewhere and I have no idea where from. I've got 2 SMGs and I'm just trying to get into the zone. I don't want to be caught by the gas. And the good thing for me here is I was playing with randoms, but my teammates were putting pings out, and this one was a really crucial one for me because I knew a guy was actually chasing me into this building, and I managed to fry him with the MAC-10 and get the easy kill. I think he was deplated already anyway, but it was still an easy kill nonetheless. And we're just carry on pushing towards zone because there is enemy players behind me. I know this for sure because there was plenty of players there before I left. I'm just trying to throw and check to see if anyone's in that room with me, and there was no one there, but I did hear this guy right here that went down. And his teammate actually pushes up as well, and I had a feeling that his teammate would push up. So his teammate is trying to push me now, which I'm trying to get a good position to take this guy out from. And I'm just trying to figure out where he is, try to spot him if I can past this kind of wall barrier of bit of cover that I've got. And I'm just trying to figure out where he's going to be and where he's going to be coming from. I decided to keep pushing back the way because this is probably the best play here, and try to hold this guy, and he is showing up on the heartbeat sensor as well, so now I know exactly where he is and I can push him because I'm fully plated, I've got my guns reloaded, and I'm ready to fight this guy. He's actually on the roof, which makes it really weird of a fight. So I do throw a thermite and then I'm trying to kill him, and he does try and go through the second window like a smart player, but I still managed to kill him. So now I swap my ppsh for this guy's loadout ppsh, obviously, which will be way more useful later on in the game. And I do still want to get my FFAR back, which is really annoying because that's what this gameplay was all about. And like I've shown you at the start of this clip, the FFAR is a great weapon. And again, I'm just trying to make my rotation back into the zone here. My teammates are putting pings out, which is very useful, but I do hear this guy just above me, and this ppsh does fry him because it is a great SMG. And now just go back into the building to plate up. I don't want to get caught out here plating up, and I'm going to reload my gun and then start making that rotation once again. So now I managed to make it into the building, and we're just looking around, popping my UAV to try and figure out where enemy players are. I can hear some footsteps, but I don't know exactly where they're coming from, and it turns out it's this guy right here who I blast with a ppsh one more time. And I'm trying to figure out where this guy went exactly, but he hid in one of these toilets, and luckily he had an FFAR that I could use because I wanted to continue my FFAR gameplay with this video, but his class setup was completely different and not what I would recommend. His ADS was way too slow, but it just shows that the FFAR is still being used a lot inside Warzone, and that is because it's still a great close range option. So now I've got 2 close range weapons, and we're trying to figure out where the rest of the enemy players are. So we're on the rooftop now, near endgame, and this clip shows perfectly why the FFAR is so good inside Rebirth. Now, this guy is at medium range, and I managed to blast him so easily with the FFAR, fry him, and get the finish. And the guy didn't stand an absolute chance at medium range. And now we're kind of playing for the win here. We're going to hold this rooftop as best as we can to make sure we've got the high ground for the end game finish. Someone does put a ping up on this tower, so I'm going to assume that there's someone there. That's why I'm kind of aiming at it to see if anyone's on there. I do throw a quick heartbeat just to see as well, but I don't really see anything, and I think my teammate does end up killing them anyway. I swap out the FFAR for a kilo here, and that's because most of my gunfights are going to be at long range now. And this just shows how weak the kilo has become inside Warzone. I've been frying these guys, landing all my shots, and still not getting a single down on any single one of them. So I'm still holding this kilo, thinking I'm going to need some more long-range engagements, but I actually should have switched back to my FFAR here and shoot this guy instead, because most of these gunfights now are going to be at closer ranges. And I kind of let my teammate do that res. There's no point in like 3 of us try to res one guy for no reason, and we managed to get the win. So here is the class I was using for this gameplay video. So first for the MAC-10, we're actually using the sound suppressor, the task force barrel, the 53 round drum, the serpent wrap, and the raider stock. Then the main star of the show was the FFAR, and this is how you want to build it. So you want to use the regular suppressor, because this does not give you any cons to your ADS speed, but it does help with bullet velocity as well as sprint to fire times, and I think that's going to be really important, especially in those close quarters gunfights. Then for the barrel, you do want to use the task force barrel because you do want that improved strafing speeds. Now it does give you a con to recoil, so if you're struggling to control the recoil, then you might want to choose a different barrel instead, or no barrel at all. But the task force is one of the best options for maximum mobility. Then for the stock, you do want to choose the raider stock. This is one of the best attachments for the FFAR1. Then for the ammunition, the Stanag 50 round mags is the best magazine attachment for this gun. And then lastly, I was choosing the serpent wrap as well for the faster ADS time, because if we remember back to when the FFAR got a nerf, one of the main nerfs to this gun was the ADS times, and that is what this build helps with. So there is no con to ADS time whatsoever with any of these attachments. For perks, we were running EOD, Overkill, and Tracker. Like I mentioned, Tracker is very useful inside Rebirth to know exactly where enemy players are, because most people do run Ghost, and Tracker is the only perk that can counter Ghost. I was using throwing knives like I mentioned, and stun grenades. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more gameplay videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as we try to reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers, and also click that link in the description and subscribe to our main channel as well. We will be live streaming again over there very soon, and thank you very much for watching.